Well, good afternoon. Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. Today's video is a little bit late. As you can see, I'm still at home, and I was waiting for an update from the shop about the condition of my truck. Good old Big Red, the 2019 Kenworth T680. It's still in the shop. So what's going on? What have I been up to? And when am I getting back on the road? Stay with me. We're going to discuss it in today's video. Here we go.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down, flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round, for my family and for my kids, for this life I want to live. And this is why I do this.
All right, folks, we're back, and I wanted to let everybody know this story is going to be ongoing for some time, so make sure you are subscribed. Help me out by giving me a thumbs up and sharing this video on social media. For other ways you can help me, and I really need it right now. I've been home almost 2 weeks. There's more information in the description below. Check it out. All right, folks, I've got a lot to talk about. As you guys know, I have 4 vehicles. 3 of them have been down at one point or another during my time at home, personal vehicles. And then my semi's in the shop in Dallas. And I've had to, let's just say I've had to deal with a lot of shops this week. I think I counted last night. I've dealt with 6 different shops on varying issues since I've been back in town. And the thing is that I realize that I don't look like the sharpest tool in the shed. I realize I don't look like the smartest guy. And almost all of these places have tried to get over on me. And I was thinking about that last night. And the same thing happened to Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, they underestimated his intelligence time after time after time. And he always won because they underestimated him. And I kind of feel that way. But one of Ronald Reagan's great sayings that I wanted to talk about in this video is trust but verify. That was one of his famous quotes. I think I said videos. I meant quotes. And so that's what I've had to do with these shops. And one thing I've noticed, my wife and I went to Huddle House the other day. There was 2 people working when we got there. Eventually more came in. But they were closing at 2 o'clock that day because they couldn't find people that wanted to work. And we're going to talk about that in another video. We don't have time for it in this one. But what I'm noticing with shops because of the pandemic and all that's happened is they feel a need to try to upsell you things that you don't necessarily need. Whether it be brakes. One shop that I dealt with, and I'm going to not name any names in this video. I told you about the large retailer that sold me that damaged my tire, driving it flat and didn't want to pay for it. They ended up buying me a brand new tire. But all of these shops tried to get over on me, or not all of them, almost all of them. One of them tried to sell me front brakes. He said, you're probably going to need front brakes in a few months. Well, then I'll get them in a few months. Why would I buy something I don't need? Another shop. You may need tires in a few months. Okay, I'll get them in a few months. And so everything, the trust but verify, remember that for a second. Everything will show me. And I did get some fixed things that were recommended, and some of them I kicked the can down the road and we'll deal with it at a later date. But if you're dealing with any kind of mechanic shop, whether for your semi or for your personal vehicles, make sure that you get them to show you either by taking pictures and sending them to you, or by actually walking you out in the shop and show you the defects they're talking about. Because it's just been unreal. You know, I did a video recently about doing the right thing, and people aren't doing the right thing right now. It's kind of every man for themselves. As you guys know, I bought a car recently and there's been some problems with the car. I'm trying to work those things out with the dealership, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to keep my end of the deal just because they don't keep their end of the deal. If they're dishonest, that's fine. I'm still going to do the right thing. I'm still going to pay for the car. But hopefully, me doing the right thing will encourage them to do the right thing. And if it don't, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, and the Lord will take care of it. But I'm not going to be vindictive. Or, when I sold cars, I knew people that would pour sugar in the gas tanks and then say, come get your car, I don't want it. Or they'd take a knife and cut up the seats. I've never done anything like that. If I ever reach a point in my life where I can't pay for something, I'll return it. They won't have to come looking for it. I won't vandalize it. I'll drive it to them and hand them the keys. But anyway, let's get back to my truck and what's going on with it. So I took it to the shop. Originally, it had a pretty good air leak up under the fifth wheel. And if you turn the truck off, for 2 or 3 minutes, it was dead. No air whatsoever. And I also had some issues with my auto start stop. It worked with the air, but when you put it on heat, it didn't work. And just little things like that. When I initially took it in, they said, it'll be a day or two before we can get it in the shop. I said, that's fine. I'm going to Lubbock anyway. And they said it'll probably take about 2 hours to fix when we get it in the shop. So we put it in the shop, and come to find out it needed a part. I don't know the specific name of the part. Based on the way they've described it, it's been really kind of a mess. Based on the way they described it, it sounds like the air dump valve under the fifth wheel. And it's about a $700 part's what they're saying. I've got plenty in maintenance. I'm not worried about that. So originally they said this past Wednesday the part should be there. Then they said it would arrive today. It's being drop shipped from the factory. The Kenworth dealer in Dallas is out of them. And so it's being drop shipped in from the factory. The part did not arrive today. We don't know when it's coming. And so that's where it stands. It's fine. All I was going to do if it was ready was get a load from Dallas back to Lubbock to bring the truck with me. And then I was going to celebrate Thanksgiving because I've got a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. There wasn't really time for me to go out and do a long run. So that's kind of where things stand. We've got a truck that who knows when it'll be fixed. And we've got a lot of people that are constantly underestimating me and later being disappointed. The guy at the large department store in the automotive section, if he'd have done the right thing in the beginning, I would have accepted a used tire. I had Goodyear Eagles RSAs on that cop car, and I would have accepted a substandard used tire at that point had he offered it. But he deleted the ticket. He tried to cover up. He tried to lie. He forgot that large retailer has cameras in there that show everything and record audio. And when the audio come out, the instant replay, as they would call it in the NFL, it showed I was completely right and he was completely wrong. Well, then his supervisor wanted to offer me the cheapest tire that retailer offered. And at that point, I had been through so much hassle. I'd been up to the store at least twice and spent several hours there trying to work this out. So I said, no, you're going to buy me the tire that went out, brand new. Well, we can't get that tire. Well, there's a Goodyear dealer here in Lubbock. How about I go there and buy it and you reimburse me? He said, okay, we'll do that. So I went to the Goodyear dealer, and that was a fiasco. But I went to the Goodyear dealer, and I ended up buying four tires, and the large retailer ended up reimbursing me for one. And so everything worked out, but it used to really tick me off when people would underestimate me, but not anymore. They can think what they want. I just win in the end. So you guys have a great weekend. We're going to be back Monday, hopefully with an update on the truck. And then Wednesday we'll do our rant, and Thursday we'll all eat a lot of turkey and watch football. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.